everyone, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be doing a speed paint and giving you a bit of tips and tricks on how to buy manga. So I've been buying manga for about, I want to say, a year and a half now, and there's a couple of things I learned along the way. Obviously I'm no pro because I'm pretty sure there's people who've been collecting manga a lot longer than I have, but I did learn a couple of things along the way that I think will be helpful for people who are interested in collecting manga. So I hope you enjoy this speed paint and these tips. So as you can see, my first tip is just keeping in mind what series you want to collect. So for me personally, I started collecting Jujutsu Kaisen because I was really interested in the Jujutsu Kaisen movie, and I wanted a physical copy of the Jujutsu Kaisen 0 so that I could just keep reading it without having to watch the movie again. But people collect manga for different reasons, and it just kind of depends on what you like. For me, I like a lot of action anime, but for manga, I typically like something a bit slower paced just because it's kind of hard to really get a sense of the fights if it's not animated. So it's just up to you, and just think of how long the series is going to run. Well, that moves into our next tip, which is just keep in mind a budget. For me, I'm a college student, and I don't really have a job, so I don't have a lot of expendable income, which is basically income you have after taking care of like bills and food and stuff like that. So I try to keep my budget kind of small whenever I go into Barnes & Nobles. I try not to overdo it, maybe 1 to 2 volumes per visit, if that much. Sometimes I just go to browse, but it's really up to you. It's just what your pocket can afford at the time. Also keep in mind the price per volume because some manga series are more expensive than others. Like for instance, the new anime Solo Leveling. It was originally a manga, or more of like a webtoon format, so all the original volumes are in color. So that's going to be more expensive than your typical Shonen Jump, a manga that's only in black and white. So just keep in mind prices of manga, and also keep in mind from the last tip how long this series is going to run, what volumes are going to be available readily, because sometimes you'll have a long series that is going to be kind of hard to play catch up on, and that could be more of an investment because you have to buy more volumes at a time, rather than a series that you're very close and very early on where you could just buy as you go. And also keep in mind that sometimes manga isn't available depending on the series. Sometimes you'll have to go to other sources of places to buy manga besides your typical Barnes & Nobles. For me, if I'm looking for cheap manga, I would typically go on Amazon because I could buy used copies more readily. If I'm looking for something new, then I will go and buy something from the Barnes & Nobles, but it kind of just depends on your budget and what you want to buy. Okay, so for this tip, I'm still struggling with this a little bit. As you can see, that's the manga I have currently at home outside of my dorm, and it's kind of a lot because it takes up the whole top shelf on my bookshelf. And that's not even the end of it. I still have manga in my dorm too, and this is kind of hard for me to follow because I travel back and forth for college, so sometimes it gets a lot of like space taken up like in different places, and I'm not in one place. But yeah, storage is important. A bookshelf is very handy. If you have a little storage place in your desk, you'll probably use that to keep manga. Just keep in mind that some series are longer than others. Like for example, Jujutsu Kaisen is taking up a lot of my space when it comes to manga storage because it has like 22 volumes at this point. And that's kind of different depending on what series you're interested in and how long the series is, because some series are pretty short, so they're pretty easily able to store. Like if a series only has like 3 or 4 volumes, that's pretty easy compared to like 10 or 20. So yeah, that's just important to keep in mind. You're gonna get better at this as you go. I for sure am hoping that I get better at my storage when it comes to manga, because I don't really like how my manga is stored right now, and I like to keep my manga in kind of pristine condition in case I end up having to sell it back, which is also a possibility. If you want to make more space, you could always sell back your manga, but just keep in mind that it loses volume as you have it, and sometimes places would take manga back but a very low like sell back fee, so that may not be the best option for you if you want to get your monies back from the manga that you bought with your own money. But yeah, storage is important. Just remember that storage is kind of hard to come by depending on if you're like me who's traveling back and forth or just simply don't have enough space. But yeah, just keep in mind the storage of your house. Okay, so for my last and final tip, please do not forget to have fun. Manga is a source of entertainment despite what other people would think. I enjoy collecting manga because I enjoy reading physical copies of stuff compared to like something online. And just keep having fun with it. Like, manga is supposed to be a form of entertainment. It's not supposed to like take over your life, but at the same time you should be allowed to buy 1 or 2 volumes if you're interested in. And I enjoy collecting manga as much as the next anime or manga fan. So yeah, just keep in mind, manga is supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be entertaining, and you're supposed to enjoy like browsing manga and having fun with it if you're interested. So don't let anybody tell you that you cannot collect manga or you shouldn't be able to, because that's up to you. Okay, so this is the final product, so I hope you guys enjoy my drawing and my tips. Bye bye!